Well, hello everyone. I am going to copy the URL over. Okay, is that how it works? Except it's skinny. I don't know if I can turn it this lock rotate device back. Bummer. Okay, so we're going to do a fish room tour. We've got the Dumbo Ear Moscow Dragon guppies right there, and the original, the very first female Corridora down front, right there in the middle of the screen. She's still alive. She's going on 3.5, 4 years old now. Don't think she's spawning anymore. Haven't seen her lay any eggs. There is a young female in there, I think. I need to double check. And over here is my half moon mosaic guppies and lots and lots of corridoras. I'm going to send a couple females to Yolanda, PEMG Hustle Woman Aquatics. And as soon as I get my box down here and package it up, I'm going to send them to her. And I'll let her know when I get them in the mail. And then over here, oh, Henry's in there somewhere. The Yo-Yo Loach. He's probably sleeping upside down. Yep, he's upside down on the sponge filter in the back. You can see his tail wiggle every once in a while. That's where he sleeps. But he's not going to show us his tail right now. I saw it just a few minutes ago. Over here is my 55-gallon with my gold gourami, my 2 angelfish, and my paradise fish. I want to get a school of nice big orange swordtails, and I might even get some high fin mollies. And I want to get some plecos. Don't know what kind and don't know how many. So here is my 29-gallon with male guppies, my blue-green Moscow males, and some half-moon mosaics. Let me see if I can get a little closer so you can see them. Their colors are beautiful. I have a couple mystery snails in there, albinos or white. Haven't seen anybody join me yet. Here is my Betarack. My blue veil tail is up there in the log. Here he comes. It's almost like he knows that I was filming him. He's flaring at something, probably a snail. Then here's my other, that's a little Corridora. That's my rose tail or double tail, tricolor double tail. Hey Brian, you found me? Great. Let me shrink down my camera and flip it back over. Hey Brian, how you doing? Just doing a little fish room tour right here. This is my Betarack. All of these are 5-gallon tanks. tanks with different bettas in it. I had gotten to the good and you. Yeah, I'm doing fine, thanks. I've been trying to figure out how to go live on Patron, and uh, from you being here, I realized that I finally did something right. But if I'm on my phone, so if you can share it on Facebook on Susan for SLC Aquatics, I'd appreciate it. And then the light went out on this one already, but this is my 25 that has the 4 angelfish babies that are growing up in it. And I think 4 corridors, which are schooling down front right now. They're hard to see in the dark. And you can see them down front. And the angels can barely see them. And then over here's my 10-gallon. Eventually, I'm going to bring my other 10-gallon down here. I'm going to arrange my office upstairs. And I'm going to get an official green screen. And who knows? I've got a cabinet that will hold like 125 gallon or 175 gallon, and eventually I may make it my big show tank, and who knows, Susan might get some cichlids. But this is a 10-gallon tank with my breeding project in there. I lost my Dumbo ear mosaic. Awesome. Thanks. This is my Dumbo eared mosaic breeding project with half moon mosaic females. I lost my male, so the fry that are growing up now have half the gene, and I need to get a, what is it? I need to either bring another male over to breed with his daughters, or not his daughters, but some of the girls, and try to get that Dumbo ear pattern going with a longer body. That's what my hopes are. But if you rewind the tape, you may be able to see where I started over here with my my other guppies, and then my 55. I think the angels have gotten so old that they don't breed anymore. They'll lay eggs, but she won't let him fertilize them, and then they fight, and then they eat the eggs, and but they're the biggest angels I've ever seen. But I lost my koi last night. Alfie cornmeal. I think Rod called him cornmeal. He has started picking up weight too. But I did a water change, and I was outside most of the afternoon to about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And when I went out at like 5:45 or 6 o'clock, that's when thanks, Brian. And that's when I found him on the concrete beside the pond. So, but I had a board, but I didn't have a net over the tub, because I know he had been jumping, at different times, but he'd just jump up in the middle of the water and then back down. I'd never seen him trying to jump out of the pond, but undoubtedly he was irritated. And anyway, nature took its course. Now I'm concentrating on the other feeder goldfish that I have in the 125, and 2 shabumpkins. And there is a black comet in there also. And it's hard to see because he's black and the pond liner is black. I was told my husband, I said, we could go up to Home Depot and get some pebbles and wash them off and just scatter them around on the bottom, and that would help. But you got to see this. These angels are fighting. I was wondering how the reception is on my iPhone, Wi-Fi, on YouTube, posting in Patreon. I was wondering how the signal is. It looks like it's pretty choppy. It's good to you? Thank you. Yeah, you see those big angels? I know there's a reflection there from the 25. The gouramis over here on the side, they pretty much stay out of the way. Look at them two. Okay, this time he dived at her. My valves are really growing across the top. They're probably 4 or 5 feet long. The angels look great, thanks. But they sure are at odds. And I would like to get a female gold gourami for this fella right here. Here comes the boy. Yep, he's backing off. Here comes the female. I need to shrink it back down. Let me turn that light out. Yeah, they see me. The paradise fish is pacing back and forth. They got a treat today. I fed them some frozen bloodworms. I need to do a good gravel vac, and I need some cleaners. My mystery snails died, so I don't know what was upset in the water column. Might have had too much calcium in there, and it was buffered way too hard or something. Because I was adding powdered calcium that you do for saltwater tanks. Ooh. Ouch. That was a pretty good strike. Yeah. They have a love-hate relationship. Oop, she's pecking at the gold gourami now. It's like, get out of the way, boy. But I do need to put, this is a plastic plant right here. And I have another one, so I'm thinking about putting it back in here to ward off some territory. You're probably right, too much calcium. Yeah, I need to do a water change. Oh, there he goes. He's going to try. They'll lock lip, knock scales off of each other. They get quite aggressive. But they're cichlids. Last time she laid eggs on that back wall. She won't lay eggs on that terracotta pot. And I changed the filter so this filter doesn't have a flat intake. It has a round intake. And she's picked at it like she was going to clean it. And she's laid eggs on the Anubias before. That's why the Anubis leaves look so bad. Maybe the fish ate the snails. It's possible. It's very possible. I've had mystery snails in here before, and I do not overfeed this tank, mainly because there is no bottom cleaners. And I don't quite have the uh, circulation the way I want. I need to put a wave maker in here that will circulate the water and knock the debris up off the bottom. Well, they're being territorial, like they may spawn. That's what they do for a while. And then when he comes over to try to fertilize, yeah, I got you. Try to fertilize the eggs, then she chases him off. But because I gave them some freeze-dried bloodworms today, she may be in the spawning mood. So this is what goes on. This fighting ritual goes on. Sometimes they beat each other up pretty bad. And I'm like, how can you even lay eggs with your scales sticking up? But how's Molly doing? Molly's great, sleeping in the bed next to me. Great. Well, I'm not going to stay on much longer. I just wanted to give my patrons an opportunity to just sit down and chow with me. You got any questions? You got anything you want to talk about? I did set that poll for a live stream, fish stuff, behind the scenes stuff, and those three were clicked on the poll. So I said, well, let me try to do a live stream. You have to set it up and go live in YouTube, unlisted. And then you have to come over to Patreon in the post and then copy and paste the URL. So right now I'm live on YouTube, sharing it with you on the Patreon, and that's it. Nobody else can see it except my Patreons tonight, unless I make it public later on. Well, I'm going to go wash up some dishes, and hope you have a good Friday. Fry Friday. I have some fry upstairs in my blue-green Moscow female tank. So, I love you. Thanks for chiming in and helping me test this thing out, Brian. Have a great weekend, honey. I love you. Bye-bye.